Hey everyone, I'm really excited to channel today, and I don't know, I just really like the energy today, and it feels really good for me. And I'm gonna be channeling someone new today that I don't talk to very much. I don't communicate with all that much. And this is St Germain, uh, and this is pretty new to me. And the reason he came to me the other day, and he just relayed a message to me, and I was like, would you like me to channel on your I was like, would you like to channel through me on camera? And he's like, yeah, that would be a good choice and stuff. It was pretty funny. He's like, yeah, that would be a good choice. And I think it's good to, channel like these ascended masters and stuff, because they seem more grounded for me when I channel them, because when I channel these ETs a lot, I feel it can get pretty ungrounding and it can get pretty intense. But speaking of starseeds and ETs, I just finished Ashley Cunningham's Starseed course, and it was really fun, really amazing, like actually so cool, and she just put together like an amazing course. Like it's just was really awesome. But yeah, this video I'm going live in my group, my Facebook group, Awaken with the Angels. And if you would like to join my group, I'm going to be posting this video on my YouTube channel. And yeah, it's just a great way to, ask questions live and interact live with people. I think it's important to do that because, we all, we need more interaction in the spiritual community. Sometimes we're kind of isolated in our own lives. We don't get to, express ourselves like that. Okay, some people are just joining in now, and he came to me. He was like, I would like to channel through you, and I would be a good choice. And I was like, all right. He's really smooth, and like I've noticed, and like he just has this light emanating through him, like this amazing light, and it's fun to connect with. And also I've noticed he has that purple energy, that violet flame energy with him. It's also associated a bit with the Melchizedek energy. I don't know if you are familiar with the Melchizedeks, but they're like they're like very close to Source, and they're merged in with Source a lot, and they have a planet that's close to there, so to speak, and they have a beautiful energy, and they are great teachers of light and love, and they're like very angelic almost, and when I feel their energy, it's very like this purple energy. It just feels amazing. And Archangel Metatron's associated with the Melchizedeks, and Jesus, and St Germain. I've also learned from them, their energy, and learned a lot from them, so they could help teach the masses here on Earth. And my soul, I found out, was more associated with that energy a little bit as well. And that's one of the reasons I'm drawn to that energy. And and I asked St. Germain, am I familiar with your energy on the other side? Is my soul familiar with your soul? And he was saying yes, because we are both associated with we both are drawn to this Melchizedek energy. And it's pretty awesome. In the same way that Jesus is, they both have a lot of that energy. Yeah, I'm going to tune into him here and see what he has to say. He's real peaceful today, and yep, Muriel, that's why I'm wearing purple today. You got to wear purple when you're channeling St. Germain, because it's all about the violet flame. Yeah, I was never drawn too much to St. Germain in general. He was just, relaying a message the other day, and that's like one of the first times I connected with him. And it always kind of stood out to me a little bit. That was like, cool, that violet flame is really awesome and stuff. And I always liked purple energy. I like the color purple. And I just like the color purple is just really rich, and like I love the energy, the purple energy. It's cool. Like imagining your body with like purple energy, like surrounded in purple energy, it feels good. That makes any sense. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tap in and see what he has to say. He seems very peaceful and like smooth today. Like smooth operator, basically. All right, let me get into it before I get too weird. He's just excited and he feels good. He feels happy and he's expressing joy towards me and light. He's excited to channel through me and to really amplify his energy through this live. He's also excited to answer some of your questions if any of you have any questions early on or later on in the live, but I'm going to just see the few things for the first 10-15 minutes or so, see what he has to say, and then we can get to more of your questions. He's talking about, he's kind of going off the deep end here and saying, like, just allow. He's talking to me as well, and he's talking to you. Allow yourself to rest, to relax, to allow this new energy on earth to express itself through you. Your light to express itself through you. They're saying over time, this becomes easy, this becomes effortless to allow this energy to flow through your heart, to flow through your vessel, to be able to shine your light and express who you are. It's very cool. He's talking about how it's such a beautiful thing on earth. We get to have this self-realization and to really figure out or awaken to who we really are. And this is a special thing. And he loves that I'm focusing on this, and he loves that many of you are focusing on this light within you, this who you are. This is what makes us happy in a way, because we get to, discover something so much like more expansive than this 3D reality, so much more light, so much more stuff. Hello everyone, I see a lot of you are joining. He's talking about giving to yourself and how important that is, how important that is for your self-worth and self-love. And he's also saying just we may need to rest and relax during this time of ascension, of being here on earth during this time, because it can be pretty intense. Noticing what to place your focus upon, where to your thoughts, like your it's very, be aware of that during this time, because everything's amplified. He's also saying this violet flame, it can come within you, within who you are, and amplify the light within you, and also transmute these densities of your thoughts. He's also pointing to me and saying I'm getting better at this, turning around my thoughts, or old behaviors, old patterns. He's saying this is part of the ascension process. This is part of the healing process of your mind. They can heal. Hey Elizabeth, I'm channeling St Germain. Or yeah, Muriel pointed out. But I've noticed within myself, and he's actually helped me a bit with this as well, and I thought it was cool the other night. I was looking up online about the Melchizedeks and the energy between Jesus and St Germain, and there was also another archangel in the picture, and it was Archangel Zadkiel. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it's pretty cool. And he was helping work on me, help healing the mind, help healing the old behaviors, old patterns. And that was one of the patterns that they pointed out was me falling back into a stagnant place that happens to my soul at times, or happens to me in this lifetime. And they're healing that from within me, so it's cool. And he's saying this violet flame, or the Melchizedek energy in general, or his energy emanating from him, and the beings around him that are amplifying it, they can help to heal this old patterns and to transmute this density or old just ways of, if you want to move forward in life, or if you want to expand or grow, he will help you do this. You're talking about how like realizing how important you are, and realizing how, like, having that self-worth, realizing that you are worth it. That we can, like, really expand on this in this lifetime, during this ascension. He's talking about following this intuition, following this, your heart, and expanding upon this, because this will give you that extra push and into this ascension. I think he's going to go somewhere else. He's going to move into a different direction in this channeling in a second, but I'm just going to go and look at some of the questions, look at some of the comments. Louise says, I see the violet flames, light coming from below a few times with closed eyes. Was that St Germain? Is he trying to relay a message to me? If so, what would his message be? Okay, that's awesome. I'll connect with this. He's talking about transmutation, support, almost like holding you up. This light is holding you up, surrounding you with this light, lifting, keeping you supported. Also, it's something to do with the heart. Self-love. He's also saying grounding within your body, within the self-love, is important for you. Being that still observer. Being the still observer and finding that stillness. And you will find what you're seeking for within yourself. That peace. He's just proud of you for doing this within this your lifetime. He's like clapping. He's just talking about giving yourself this gift. Give yourself this gift. Please do this. You deserve it. And he just kind of, that's all he has to say, I feel. He's talking about stuff. Don't doubt yourself. In general, to all of us, don't doubt yourself. You know the truth within yourself. Go within, see how it feels in your body, see how it feels with your team, and they're here to help you discern what is truth, what is safe for you. Building this inner peace is an important part of, just being in general, being on this earth, because it's chaotic at times. And to be able to counteract this, almost, is what I'm hearing, is this energy of inner peace will help us stay stable, stay strong and courageous, and standing in your power and your light, and shining for all to see without other judgments, other people affecting you. He's almost saying it's necessary, it's needed to do this if you are stepping forward in a way on your path, or just in your path in general. It's very helpful to have this inner peace. He's saying it's there within everyone. All we have to do is tap into it and expand on that. Okay, Caroline is saying, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed from the Starseed course, and everything was just a lot of energy and just feeling overwhelmed. She's asking for any tips from St. Germain. I'm going to try to push through this. My muscle keeps spasming for some reason. Okay. Caroline, she's saying grounding. He's saying rest. You need to rest, to recharge. He's talking about letting the energy settle, getting grounded. And that's a part of the course as well, as this starseed energy can make us ungrounded. Letting go and just allowing yourself to let go of life. That's what I get. Let go. That's cool. Cool. I'm gonna see where else he wants, what other direction he would like to go in. He's talking about building that mental fortitude, that mental strength. It's important to tap into this sometimes on Earth, to tap into this mentality of in your mind. Is that what I'm getting? To keep going forward, to keep pushing forward for what you want on this earth. It's important to know what we want, to believe in what we want, to dream big, to really get our energy out there, to get our momentum going forward. And our mind's an important part of this. He's also talking about the positive affirmations in your life. You need to, he's not saying you need to, but he's saying it's good to say these positive affirmations to get that energy momentum flowing in the right direction, in order to manifest the things that we want in our lives. And to believe, almost. He's talking about, first you have to trick your mind to believe in, to almost, I says trick your mind, I guess, into saying these positive affirmations just to get that energy momentum going in the right direction. And then he's saying once you get that energy in the right direction, once that happens, you start to really believe it, believe in miracles, to believe in yourself in general, believe in your dreams. It's a process, and it happens over time. It happens over lifetimes. He's talking about many of us are realizing our inner power, our empowerment within us, and we can use this in our manifestations and creating things here on Earth. He's talking about it's important to create the light in our life, create that light within us and a light in our life around us, and manifest those things that we want to amplify this energy here on earth, the Christ consciousness energy. This is an important part of our ascension process, is to build that momentum within us and also in our outer reality on what we want. Because this helps the Christ consciousness energy flow evenly throughout their whole the collective consciousness, and help awaken others. So he's saying it's also just good to learn how to manifest, to do these things, to learn new things, and to learn how to manifest. He's saying it's a process, and we all learning over time, but we can learn a lot during these lifetimes. I think he's talking about his lifetime. He's saying he went forward with this mental fortitude. He was able to create things with his mind and his energy, but he wasn't always aware of it. And he's saying that energy helped push him forward, the energy within him, the light within him, but he didn't always realize that. But he did realize it at times, knowing that he's saying, knowing this, you can create your path. You can create the path that you're on. He's saying there's a path for every one of us, of light, of anything. And he's saying, don't worry what your current timeline or current situation is, because things can change in a matter of seconds. Miracles can happen. It's almost like I can go in a totally different direction than I was at a certain point, and just propel myself forward and almost go onto a different timeline, shift different timelines. They're talking about it's really fun to see us do that when we go and we're going on our path in life, and they see in our future a certain path, but they see a few paths, and when we take the really high vibrational path, they're like cheering on. They're like, this is so awesome. They love that. Yeah, it's cool to use that violet flame at work. If you're at work or in a situation you're not, it neutralizes the energy. It's cool. He's talking about bringing out the best self in you, the best part of you, or so to say, the true essence, the light within you. He's saying, if you believe in this, if you go on this path of light, we are here for you. He's saying we're here for you anyways, but on this path, you're building that energy from within you, so we can amplify that energy more, because you have built this positive momentum in your life. So if I'm going down a negative path and stuff, it's harder for them to help us in building that negative momentum. But if we're building this positive momentum here on earth, it's easier for them to help us, help amplify things in our life, help bring things into our life. Like the universe works for us instead of against us. He's talking about letting us work with you. Ask for things. Ask the universe for things. If you're not going to ask anything for anything, if you are just comfortable where you are and you feel like you kind of want things to change, but you're just not asking, you don't really care that much, things are probably not going to change. But he's saying if you ask, we can help move you in this better direction. in accordance to your own free will, in accordance to your own action steps that you take. They're saying that they're always here for us when we're ready to do things. They're always here for us, but it has to be us, especially in Indigo. It has to be us first that do the action step, and then they can help bring other things into our life. I've really noticed that. I was like asking for things at first, but I wasn't making the action steps that were needed to bring more things into my life. But once I made those action steps and the manifestation of my life really began to come into play. And things unexpected would come into my life, which is cool. He's also just saying you want life to be surprising, you want it to be unexpected, you want things to happen in your life that you didn't know were going to happen. That's the beauty of an experience, of an earthly experience, is you can't really see completely into the future or this or that. He's saying allowing that room within your being for these things to happen, allowing for these manifestations to happen. He says we can create from within, create just from allowing, just from the being. But sometimes some action steps need to take place for us to be able to be in that state of consciousness, that state of being. So, for example, if I'm in a crappy environment, things are probably not going to go my way all the time because it's a very negative environment and it's not a good way to manifest things in that environment within myself. I mean, I still can. I'm still asking, say if you ask, I want to get out of this environment and go somewhere else so I can have these powers of manifestation. They will help you do this. And all this download just came in at once. But once you be in that state of being, in a good environment, things happen for you in your life. The wheel is spinning so much faster. And it's almost like it's effortless, it's easy. And he's saying it should be easy. It should be easy to express ourselves, to express this love within us, to express the light within us, and for this true essence to come out. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be effortless. It's like once we start to achieve the state of consciousness, it gets more fun, it gets exciting, and things happen in our life, and the universe is working with us. He's saying a lot of us early in our lives have lost this at times, lost ourselves. And he's also saying this is part of the earthly experience. We get to lose ourselves for a time, then we get to find ourselves. We find who we are. That contrast is what keeps us going in the right direction a lot of the time. Those lessons that we learn, they help grow us. He's saying with this duality on Earth, we get to grow exponentially a lot faster than in other types of realities. In my blue avian bodies, I guess, I wasn't progressing as a soul as fast because I didn't have that extreme duality almost in my life. And he's saying it's very hard to play these roles here on Earth of duality, and different souls have to play these not pretty negative roles. But it's all for a purpose. It's all for a purpose. Everything has a reason. He's also saying what might be negative to the seeing eye, to our eyes, what might seem negative is maybe a positive thing in our lives, or it might seem negative on the surface, like what's happening in the world, the coronavirus, this and that. It might seem negative, but it's really a catalyst. It's really a positive thing in our life. When everything hits the fan, like everything's going downhill, sometimes the next step in that is the contrast between Earth and it's supposed to move into a better direction. He's saying all this energy, all this past is going leading to somewhere. It's all leading on a timeline somewhere. He's talking about the new earth. And this is the path that we are on, that we are taking. He's saying it's a beautiful path. It's a beautiful path. He's saying these new children, these new people that are incarnating here, starseeds and so forth, are help leading us on this new path. He's saying we ascended masters have helped leading you, have helped pave the way, have helped infuse our energy upon the earth plane, upon the collective. Realize that you have so much energy behind you, you have so much of your team behind you. Use this energy to go forward, go forth in your life. You are supported. Know this. Give no thought to this negative energy in your life, for it will eventually transmute. He's talking about the negativity that's not in your immediate life, like on the outside, in the media and so forth, and this will all transmute. He's saying seeing it from their perspective is a whole different thing than seeing it from our perspective. Like, this is a little flicker in our time, and they're just saying that it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal what's happening. Like, they're thinking the negative energy is not a big deal. It's just a little flicker in the moment, in the wave. He's saying us light workers are supported to go on this positive path, and we don't need to focus there anymore because it will be transmuted the more we focus on the positive part of things. He's also almost just saying waking up every day and saying, this is a beautiful day. This is a beautiful day where I can do anything, where I can manifest anything. I'm allowing myself to be high vibrational today, or to love myself today. Every day we can go forth with this energy of very high vibration of energy, of beauty and gratitude and gratefulness for who we are, and the gratefulness of this experience in general. Earth doesn't have to be like a shithole, basically. He's saying partly is what you make of it. And even though it's hard at times, it's still what you make of it. Still, some people with they're in a wheelchair their whole lives, but they're able to find that joy and happiness within their life, but they can't even walk their whole life. They make the best of it at times. That's cool. All right, that's mostly what St. Germain has to say, and then now we're going to move into Archangel Zadkiel. Awesome. I think he doesn't have a lot of messages to say. He just has a short few messages to say, which is really fun and cool. He's talking about the Melchizedek energy that's infused within him and within this reality. Like, he's saying about the ascension process, how we can use this Melchizedek energy, this purple energy, almost to help us with our ascension process, to help it be a easier transition. Because it is pretty intense at times, I gotta say. It's pretty intense. Like, all this negative stuff within you comes up to the surface, and you're like, what's going on? He's saying he can help to make this easier, these ascension symptoms and so forth. He's talking about being aware of your frequency, being aware of the frequency that you put out. And also treating everyone the same or with respect and kindness, being aware of that frequency that comes within you, catching yourself in the moment when you are getting frustrated or angry, and saying, is this a real thing that I should be feeling? Can I turn this around? Can I transmute this? Or just feel the emotion and let it go. Or asking, he's saying, asking, is this the ego? Is this the other part of me that's here? And he's saying everyone has like a subconscious mind or ego, and this is a part of the earth experience as well. It's important to love yourself even if you have that ego, the strong ego or strong this. He's saying this love will help diminish the power to the ego. So self-love towards who you are, to your true self, to your true essence, will help diminish these negative emotions, these negative thoughts within you. He's almost like talking about all the negative thoughts just shooting up through a tube and transmuting instantly. That's what he's like on the new earth. He's saying all these chaotic energy on earth, it's like shooting up to the surface and like transmuting like so instantly and so fast. Everyone doesn't know what to do. They're just going crazy at times. But he's also saying, as light workers at this time, it's important to hold our own energy at this time, to be grounded as possible within ourselves. For the sake of ourselves, at most part, and for the sake of our humanity and the collective, we need to hold this energy. He's kind of punchy. He's talking about climbing the ladder to heaven, like just climbing the ladder. And he's talking about all of us light workers just shooting forward into the new earth, just shooting forward. It's like just walking the light. It's like taking the ships, at the end of the Lord of the Rings in the movie, when everyone's taking the ships to into the light at Rivendell. He's talking about a negative time in my life where I was just in a bad place, and they were scrambling to find people to help lift me up because I didn't have those people in my life. They're just scrambling, trying to find. My team was just like trying to find someone for me, find other people in my life to help bring my energy up, or different environments. And I was asking for this, and it did happen, and it was a miracle for me, and I thought that was really cool. He's saying we will get to work in your life. Just call us forth. If you want to take this ascension path, we have it here for you. It's here for you. We have a path laid for you. He's saying, I'm talking about a path laid for everyone. But every soul on this earth has a choice to take this path. Some may be further along than others, but everyone has this choice. Everyone has this. Yeah, I would say, Muriel, I think it is courageous sometimes to take a negative role in this lifetime or on earth at times. And a lot of times people take those negative roles in order to learn from them, like to be a narcissist at one point, and then to grow out of that. And that helps grow you as a soul so much. Also, some people, I would say, they're just playing these negative roles too much. Like they're stuck in those negative roles. Like they can't get out of them, or it takes them a lot longer to get out of them. Let's see what other direction he wants to go in next, and stuff. He's talking about walking the talk. I think it was cool. Walking the talk. He's saying how this can be so powerful if we walk the talk. Like, having that energy within you just emanate from within you, talking about this, and also doing it at the same time, it's so powerful, and it'll help move the momentum in your life in such a better direction. Because at times, when you don't, like, everyone has those moments where they kind of lie to themselves, or they don't, do what they're saying they want something, but there's one thing talking about it, but there's another thing doing it, And that's part of the earthly experience, of course, but just stepping into a role where you have that frequency within you, and you're also being truthful about it, truthful within yourself, speaking your truth. And this verbiage, the way you speak and the way you do things, it helps move things in your life. Everything has energy, everything has vibration, everything is a certain frequency that you put out. And he's saying being in resonance with your truth, being in resonance within who you are, and also being able to speak that is a wonderful thing. He's talking about how we all can do this. Put your focus upon somewhere else, upon your path, about what you want to do, about the love within yourself or going within, and leave the rest behind, because it's no longer needed anymore along this new earth. The duality on earth is going to be different kind of duality. More high vibrational earth, more high vibrational path, less traumatic experiences, and so forth. He's talking about nothing can stop you but yourself. He's saying, in realizing this, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Allow your mind to step aside. Allow us to help you. Some people, they can't do everything themselves. He's talking about that. Or he's saying most people can't do everything themselves, and that we need help at times. We need help to be able to access this within us, to remove the layers and to see the truth. It's almost like when you're in the trenches, it's your perspective on things is more narrow, so you can't see the whole picture. But once you get out of that, once they help you get out of that, once you move out of that, your perspective on life, your perspective on the situations in your life expand, and you have a better awareness of your vibrational frequency, of the environment around you. Talking about building that peace within you, and all else will cease to exist. All else. This is a time to build that peace during this weird time on earth, is the great place to do it. Seeing that contrast in your life and the world, and then seeing the peace that you can build within you. I know. Muriel, thank God for Kristen Davies and Ashley Cunningham. If I didn't have them, like, I don't know where I'd be. Like, they're such great role models in my life and just help me so much. I'm like, ooh, they're so awesome. So incredible. Yeah, this is mostly at the end of where I am with this live, but I can see what else, last thing he has to say, and that'd be cool. The last thing he would love to talk about is freedom. Freedom. He's talking about freeing yourself from this reality, this density. Free yourself. Free yourself from your mind. This is what the new earth feels like. It's free. This is what being in a human body can feel like. Freedom. We can feel free on this earth. We can detach from a lot of the things that aren't going right. Not almost, so it's like, he's saying we can detach from like the politics, the different things that are in our life. And we can detach from some of the negative things. He's also saying if these negative things are holding you back, like there's negative things within you, it's important to address them, or important to go within and stuff, but also not placing our focus upon there. Being free, we realize that this is somewhat of an illusion, and we see the meaning of this and want to stay grounded in this on earth, but we also see this reality as an illusion. And transcending that illusion, we transcend a lot of the negative things within us, negative emotions, the lower aspects of this reality. We transcend that. He's talking about transcending, ascending, and freedom. Freeing the mind, freeing yourself from this lower reality, the lower aspects of this reality, and freeing yourself from the things that are holding you back within your life, their past experiences. Those are important things. This heaven, he's just talking about heaven. Heaven that comes from within us, the high vibrational, the energy that comes from within us, it's already free. We don't need to try to be free. The best thing to do to be free is not be serious, to allow things to happen, to let go, to rest, to relax, to make the action steps in our life in order for us to feel more free. And that's what I think has been huge in my life, is having that environment that's free around me and high vibrational. That's just been like unworldly, like he just kind of gave me this image of like a surfboard and just surfing on the waves, or surfing around town basically on a surfboard. Is cool. He's saying the limits in our, the limits within our minds, the limits within our bodies, the limits of the things that we're able to do are no longer limits anymore once we realize how to transcend this reality, how to realize that within us, that light within us. Then we see the truth of things. We see things from a higher perspective, from a perspective that's more high vibrational, that's easier for us, that's freer for us. The limitations in your life no longer become limitations. They become lessons. They become things that you can propel yourself forward to do, action steps to do. You see this limitation. So he's talking about like almost being, this is cool. He's talking about how like seeing that limitation with your life, like, oh, I'm going to step forward, and the fear and the doubt and the uncomfortableness. He's saying you see these emotions now when you transcend begin to transcend. And even if you're just talking about when you see these emotions, you see them as a lesson. You see them as something to learn from, to hurdle over, to expand from. You strive to look at these. And then once you do this, once you see these emotions and take these action steps, these emotions no longer take you back. He's talking about at first it may be a big fear, but once you keep stepping forward and doing something, that fear becomes smaller and smaller until it's no longer, or until maybe it's just a thought. And then after that, you realize that your limitations are limitless and that you can do anything you want to do. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself and your mind and different things, your environment or so forth. He's just saying like, well said. Well said. And then the last thing he's going to say is just trusting, having faith, jumping off and doing it. What's so scary about this? He's saying how it's so much easier to jump off and do things when you're in a better environment or in a higher vibrational frequency, because you know that you can trust in yourself and have faith in this universe, have faith in the angels that are helping you in your life. You know that this is of a high vibrational frequency. You know you'll be taken care of. And that death is basically, I don't want to talk about death, but death is just a limitation as well, that we, people are afraid of doing things, or afraid of wasting their life, of time, of, different things. Just talking about how all that's just an illusion. He's saying it's beautiful that we can awaken in the illusion. And then he's just going his hands like this. He's like, great job. Good job. We got this. He's just real punchy today, I feel. Well, this has been a really cool live, and it was a little rocky at first, but I hope you guys liked it, and it was really fun for me to be able to channel someone new, like St Germain and Archangel Zadkiel, and it's been really cool. And if you would like to join my Facebook group, Awakening with the Angels, it's please request to join that. I'll leave everything in the description and everything in my link tree. Also, I've been booking up lots of readings, and I thought that it's been really fun for me to be able to grow in that space, to be able to provide this service for others, and it helps me so much, and it helps others. So I'm just like, it's great. But yeah, thanks for watching. This has been really fun. Bye everyone. Bye Muriel. It's really fun to answer you guys' questions. Awesome. I'll answer that comment later, Louise, okay? But bye everyone. It was really fun.